If you don't know me, my name is Rose. I'm a youth, and I'm in 7th grade. I'm in Generations. And a little about me is that teachers and everybody have always said that I'm really kind. I was always kind to everyone in my class or grade, but others weren't always kind back to me. Sometimes I would go outside at recess and nobody invited me to hang out or play. In 3rd grade, I had a really good teacher in class. That year in the spring, I joined the Kindness Club. Unfortunately, no one else in the school joined, so they wanted to shut down the club. The guidance counselor took me into her office 2 or 3 times to talk about ways to spread kindness since I was the only person in the club. And I really enjoyed it. But then COVID hit, and that counselor didn't return to my school. Because I'm very social, COVID was really hard for me. But during this time, I grew closer to my best friend, Madeline Saya, because we would have FaceTime calls. This was really nice because I felt really happy to have a friend to share my life with. But when school started back up in 4th grade, I struggled again to have close friends at school. In the 5th grade, some of the girls in my class decided to start a club called Library Club. This was where 2 or 3 of the girls in our class would go to the library before school on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays to help shelve books, check books in, and get books from young grades. I went on Fridays with one other girl, and I liked this. Then, halfway through the year, our old librarian left to retire in Texas. So, over winter break, we got a new librarian. Because she didn't know the schedule that we had set up, we had to make a new one. One day at lunch, we were going over the schedule for the club, and I said I wanted to be on Fridays. Another girl had put down her name and 2 other girls' names for Fridays. When I explained I needed to be on Fridays because of my schedule, the other girls said okay, but then no one else signed up for Fridays. When a girl asked, "Who wants to be with Rose?" no one said anything. This made me really sad because I didn't feel kindness. When I got to middle school, I thought I had a fresh start. Through the year, I made friends and got further from other ones. But I had some trouble with friends during some classes, and I kept wondering all these years why this was happening to me. Why did God not have me be in a class with people I hung out with, had sleepovers with, and had fun with? Why did I always be kind to others but not get it back? My best friend went to the middle school in the town over, so this was kind of confusing. It continued to make me sad and confused on why. In the spring, track and field season started, and on the 2nd day I realized I wanted to try it. I learned long jump and triple jump and got to compete in our first home meet with everyone, but wasn't good enough to travel to any of the away meets because our team was so big. During the second home meet, I walked over to the Christiansburg tent to see my best friend Madeline. She was throwing a tennis ball with 2 other friends. I asked to join them, and they said yes. Then we played catch. I felt happy and had a great time. Then about a week later, I got a text from Madeline asking if I was coming to the next meet, which was away. But I didn't answer because I wasn't competing in the meet, and I didn't want her and her friends to think down on me. When the meet day came, I attended with my parents because my older sister was running. While we were walking to a seat in the bleachers, I saw Madeline. She ran up to me with a hug, then later brought her friends. They didn't care I wasn't competing. They were just happy to see me. Fast forward to August, I decided to do cross country. At the first meet Christiansburg was at, I found Madeline and her friends. I had an amazing time with them in the meet throughout the season and all the other meets. Last Wednesday was the regional meet for middle school. I wasn't selected to compete for my team, but I still wanted to go and cheer everybody on. A net was separating the spectators from the runners in the starting line. I yelled to my Christiansburg friends through the fence, and they ran over and tried to give me hugs through the fence. I was so excited to have real friends to hang out with. When I met the other girls from Christiansburg, I realized that if I had only friends at my school, I would have never met the girls from Christiansburg. God used such a sad and lonely situation to turn into something where I found friends in unlikely places, such as other teams we were competing against. Sometimes things are still hard and I feel lonely, but God has a plan for me and He will be kind to me, which makes me always want to be kind to others, whether they're kind or not. My name is Rose, and that's my snapshot.